Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you haven't been here before, my name is Debbie and I read a lot of books. Today is Series Sunday, so I have actually started a new series on the recommendation of my dad because he really enjoyed this and has been reading them constantly, and I've just finished the first book. So this is Whitehaven Witches by TJ Green. So that's the cover for books 1 to 3, which is what I'm currently reading at the moment. So I'm just going to run over what's happened in book 1. And then once I get to the end of book 3, I'll then do the sum up over that. So let's have a little look at that blurb. Welcome to Whitehaven, where the witches keep their secrets close. The quirky town of Whitehaven has a history of witchcraft, but the locals don't know that there are 5 real witches living among them. When they find clues to a hidden legacy of magic locked within 5 mysterious grimoires they knew nothing about, they start to unwrap the dark history of the town. As the search intensifies and the secrets unfold, they question everything they've ever known. However, their hunt for the truth is only the beginning, because what they uncover will change their lives forever. So the first book, which I have finished, is Buried Magic. I am so glad my dad got me into these. So you've got these 5 witches, men and women, and you mainly see it from the point of view of Avery, and these 5 families are related to families that were affected by the witch trials. It's kind of like when you look at like the modern day stories of people living in Salem, Massachusetts, and you're looking at the family trait that has been passed on. Basically, at the beginning, another witch called Alex turns up at Avery's house saying, "I know that you feel this too. Something dark is coming." And from there you find out there's a local woman who has passed away, and her son or grandson has been clearing out the house and has found a box that is marked for Avery. Avery runs a local bookshop, and so a lot of things, when people pass away, a lot of people leave their books for her, but then they find out there is a big box in the attic with her name on it. When Avery gets the box, she realises that there is, basically in the house, there's a very strong sense of magic, and she actually takes Alex along with her to retrieve the box that's been left for her, because it looks like something that one person shouldn't be able to carry, but then they realise it's not quite as heavy as they thought it was going to be based on what it looks like. And then ultimately they find lots of things related to the genealogy and family histories of the town, and Avery finds out things about a witch in her family that was burned at the stake, and it's all just incredibly fascinating from a lefty who is incredibly interested in family history and just the history of the witch trials like across the world. So yeah, you've seen these 5 descendants of witches who still have magic. You're looking at their families and them coming to terms with the fact that something big is about to happen. Something has actually been uncovered when this woman has passed away, and each of these individuals find out that their ancestors hid extremely powerful grimoires from them. So if you don't know what a grimoire is, it's basically a very old magical book. A book of magic spells and invocations, according to the Oxford Dictionary. But it's also a general name given to a variety of texts setting out the names of demons and instructions on how to raise them. So each of them already have a grimoire that has been passed down to them, but then they find out that their families have other grimoires that have a lot darker magic embedded in them, and they realise that their ancestors were playing with darker magic a lot more than the current generation is. And so through that they then also find out about other magical families that they weren't aware of, and they realise that there is a family that seems to be hell-bent on finding these hidden grimoires. And yeah, the story going through is just, it's so gripping, it is so interesting, and also it feels quite fast paced. The first book was about 140 pages, so it felt very quick. I read it in pretty much a day, that first one, and I feel like I've been doing the others in about a day as well. But yeah, I'm absolutely loving this so far. I've just started book number 3, but I did finish this a few days ago, but I had a raging cold sore and I did not want that immortalised on the internet. I don't want people knowing that I get cold sores. You know, a lot of people get them, and plus I was feeling quite run down at the time as well, which, you know, when you first get a cold sore you feel a bit rough, but it's pretty much non-existent at this point, so yay. So I'm very glad that my dad has put me onto these books. Is it 3 sets of 3? So I think at the moment it goes up to book 9, and book 9 was released in 2022, I think. But then there's also some like side stories as well, like looking onto like demon hunters. Yeah, it seems like they've evolved off the main story, but it's all within the same universe type thing. I'm just really enjoying it. It's also because it's going into that darker magic, and you've seen this group of people realising just how strong they actually are. There is another powerful family who is after these grimoires, and they're just like, you don't deserve them because you've let your magic lay dormant and you're not using the full extent of your power. And you realise that there's a reason why they're not using the full extent of their powers, because they did not know these grimoires existed. Only now that they've discovered what their ancestors did are they able to draw on that higher power. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how that evolves throughout the stories and how they work together to get their magic stronger, and what they're going to do in regards to this other family that seems hell-bent on taking that magic from them. Can you tell I'm enjoying it? And I'm just whirring through just thinking, oh, where's it going to go? Whitehaven Witches by T.J. Green. My phone is upside down. And these were bought through Amazon, and I've been reading them on the Kindle app, though I'm sure there's plenty of other places that you can read them. But yeah, at this point we're mainly seeing it from Avery's point of view, and you're seeing the sparks of a relationship with Alex as well. You've got the history there, as well as having a little bit of a romance. So it's really good, it's really interesting, it's funny while also having the darker sides, and it feels almost coming of age in a way, because you've got these adults who are suddenly realising there's so much they didn't know, and they're coming into their powers. They are literally coming into their powers throughout these stories. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already. I have seen the numbers go up again lately, so thank you so much if you're new. You can talk to me in the comments about any of these books. If you want to talk about the book I'm actually talking about in that video, I'd love to hear it. And if you have any recommendations for books, I will see you on Wednesday with a regular old book that's not in a series. Stay safe, everybody. Love you all. Bye.